In the coming days, weeks, and months, we'll be looking at theological, philosophical, ideological, practical aspects of building a healthy marriage relationship. Today, we're talking about how marriage is God's idea. And some of you I know who've been exposed or who have experienced very difficult marriages, maybe thinking, what a stupid idea that was. How could God come up with something so stupid and so difficult? Well, the fact of the matter is, when you have two people who are different, similar but different, coming together, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be challenge, there's going to be difficulty, but there's a difference between two people trying to make a good go of it and two people who are coming together to build a team based on the foundation of relationship with God and on his word. There's a big difference between those two things. And what we're going to be talking about here has a firm, solid foundation in the word of God and in relationship with him. Just the idea that God is a Trinitarian God, 1 in 3, 3 in 1, in his very DNA is community, is relationship, is intimacy. And when he created man in his own image, we inherited that. One of the most mind-blowing verses to me is in the early chapters of Genesis. God had created, everything in creation one day at a time. And then on the sixth day, he got to man. And every day before that, after he was done creating, he said, it is good, it is good, it is good, it is good. And then he got to man and he made man and he said, it is not good. Now, I didn't say it is not good because there's a problem, just with men. Somebody said the reason God created Adam first and then Eve is because after he created Adam, he stepped back and he looked and he said, nah, I can do better than that. And then he created Eve. Well, all joking aside, God said it is not good, but then he finished that statement by saying, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. And so this wonderful idea of marriage was God's idea. It started with God. We can blame him or credit him, however you want to look at it, but it started with God and his idea. In Genesis 1, 26 and 27, it says, then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. In God's world of mathematics, 1 becomes 2 becomes 1. Adam was created, and out of Adam came Eve, and God brought them together so that the two are made one. Now, there's a big difference between unity and uniformity. Unity, biblical unity, is people with their differences coming together to pursue a common goal or objective in love. Uniformity is everybody thinking the same, talking the same, acting the same, dressing the same, having the same politics and the same opinions about everything. That's uniformity. That's where we get the word uniform from. So everybody dresses alike and looks the same. Biblical unity is not uniformity. There's a better word, I think, to help us understand it, and it's the word interdependence. Interdependence is, on the other extreme, is independence. Independence is isolation. Interdependence is coming together in community and submitting our strengths or submitting our weaknesses to each other's strengths and learning that These people over here have something to offer that I don't, and I can receive from them. And I have something to offer that they don't have that they can receive from me. And together, like a body with interdependent parts, works at its best and its healthiest. The following is an excerpt from Shandi Feldon's and Robert Lewis's book called The Life Ready Woman. And it says there's a distinct and clear difference in how men and women are designed. Every branch of science, from neuroscience to anthropology, now confirms something the Bible has laid out all along. Of course, we believe that those differences are good and there for a reason. God has intended framework for what a man should be and for what a woman should be. And every part of our identities will be affected by how we live out that design. Most of us today would agree that yes, men and women are different and move on. But without a clear biblical definition of manhood and womanhood, without a clear vision of how they are different and why, both men and women have trouble separating life-giving pursuits from mistakes and mirages. There is nothing specific to aspire for, strive for, or check ourselves against. Am I a good woman? Did I behave like a man today? If God really has created us, male and female, for a purpose, those are absolutely essential questions. And the only place the life-giving, encouraging answers can be found is in a biblical understanding of maleness and femaleness. We're going to look next time. Not only was it God's idea, but it was also God's image. But that's on our next episode of Marriage Matters with McCracken.